killing apostates. Killing apostates. Muhammad ordered his followers to kill anyone who leaves Islam. Now, westernized Muslims will say, no, he didn't, and it kind of won't matter what sources we quote, they will deny what this says. Muslims who are a bit more orthodox will say, of course, why not? You're leaving Islam, you're insulting Allah, why not kill you? You deserve to die. Now the problem is that some of the people who left Islam, even during Muhammad's time, were leaving for really good reasons.
Exactly.
So we'll talk about one of those individuals briefly because time is short. Let me go ahead and read you a couple of quotations, what Muhammad said about killing apostates, because again, many people don't believe that Muhammad ever taught this, and they obviously haven't read their sources. Sahih al-Bukhari, number 6922. Muhammad said, whoever changed his Islamic religion, kill him. Now, Sam, could he have issued a clearer statement than that?
Exactly. I mean, right there, those who try to say the only reason why you kill apostates is for treason, that hadith does not say that. Unless you're more clear than Muhammad. Muhammad is clear as day.
And it's amazing how many Muslims think they can speak more clearly than Muhammad.
Yeah.
Oh, what Muhammad really meant when he said, if anyone leaves his Islamic religion, kill him, is if someone leaves and they go and they try to raise an army, and then they come back, and then you can kill them in battle. Well, you wouldn't need that command, right? If they're coming to fight you in battle, you don't need it's got nothing to do with apostasy.
Yeah,
right?
why even mention the fact they abandoned the religion? Exactly. You know?
You'd kill them for declaring war on Muhammad. Let me read a couple more passages. Sahih Muslim number 4154. Allah's messenger stood up and said, the blood of a Muslim who bears the testimony that there is no God but Allah, and I am his messenger, may be lawfully shed only in case of three persons. The one who abandons Islam and deserts the community, and the married adulterer, and life for life. So if you've killed one of your fellow Muslims, then you may be killed. Sunan ibn Majah, number 2535. The Messenger of Allah said, whoever changes his religion, execute him. And Malik's Muwatta here, 36:18-15. The Messenger of Allah said, if someone changes his religion, then strike off his head. So he gives the method that you should use to kill an apostate.
Boy,
chop the head off.
That's what we find today, what the Muslims do to the apostates as well as to Christians. They behead them.
Now, if it were the case that someone had clear proof, right? This is what Muslims who defend this are thinking. You have clear proof that Muhammad is a prophet. So if you reject it, you're rejecting Allah. You deserve to die. But when we read the Muslim sources, we find, well, first of all, there's no proof at all that Islam is true, that Muhammad is a prophet. And two, we find overwhelming evidence that he's not a prophet. And that's the reason you have to kill apostates, because people are going to start leaving left and right when they start realizing this is false. Again, Islam sounds wonderful when you just give people the surface level. We worship God. You want to worship God, don't you? You want to serve God? You want to submit to God? Islam means submission, right? Islam means submission, so we want to submit to God. So become a Muslim. And people convert, and then they start finding there's a lot more here. And when they find out about the other teachings of Muhammad, they say, I just cannot accept this. There's no way this can possibly be from God. And they leave, and the penalty is death. Now, this was the case going all the way back to Muhammad's time.
Exactly, that's right.
Before we started, we were talking briefly about a man named Abdullah ibn Abi Sarh. And this is an interesting individual because he wasn't just a Muslim. He was one of Muhammad's original scribes.
Exactly.
So Muhammad was illiterate. He couldn't write, but he would recite passages of the Quran. He would recite verses, and someone would sometimes write them down for him on fragments of bones or rocks or leaves. And one of his scribes, one of the guys who could write, was Abdullah ibn Abi Sarh. Now, this man didn't remain a Muslim.
He apostatized, and for good reason. Now, what I'm going to quote is Ali ibn Ahmad al-Wahidi, Asbab al-Nuzul, the occasion or the reason for revelation, and his exegesis of chapter 6 of the Quran, verse 93. And by the way, all the references that David gave you and I gave you can be found online on Muslim websites, or even if you go to our websites. If you go to answeringmuslims.com or answeringislam.org, we have the references and the books and the authors so that you can go back and verify this for yourself. But chapter 6, verse 93 has this to say about those who saith, I will reveal the like of that which Allah hath revealed. Now notice that. I will reveal the like of that which Allah hath revealed. If you don't have recourse to these Muslim sources, you'll have no idea what in the world this passage is talking about. Let's read the historical context or occasion of this passage. This verse was revealed about Abdullah ibn Sa'd ibn Abi Sarh. Abdullah ibn Sa'd ibn Abi Sarh. This man had declared his faith in Islam, and so the Messenger of Allah called him one day to write something for him. When the verses regarding the believers were revealed, and he quotes chapter 23, verses 12 to 14, the Prophet dictated them to him. When he reached up to the part that said, and then produced it as another creation, Abdullah expressed his amazement at the precision of man's creation by saying, so blessed be Allah, the best of creators. The Messenger of Allah said this. Now watch this. This, Abdullah's expression, is how it was revealed to me. He actually took the praise, exclamation of Ibn Abi Sarh, and said, well, that's part of the revelation, include it. So when he saw it, this is his reaction. And again, to me it's funny. It's clear as day that Islam cannot be from God. At that point, doubt crept into Abdullah. He said, if Muhammad is truthful, then I was inspired just as he was. And if he is lying, I have uttered exactly what he did utter. And then he abandoned the faith. Later on, the narration goes to say that when Muhammad conquered Mecca, Muhammad singled 10 people to be killed. Abdullah happened to be one of them. But guess who protected him from being killed? Uthman ibn Affan, because Abdullah and Uthman were foster brothers. And because of Uthman's intercession, he was spared. But Muhammad had targeted him to kill him because Abdullah was a reminder of the fact that he was just as inspired as Muhammad because his words became part of the Quran.
And Muhammad was kind of mad that they didn't immediately kill Abdullah, right?
No, because, he didn't want to say, go ahead and kill him. He didn't want to offend Uthman, but he's hoping that one of his companions would strike him with the sword. When Uthman left, he told them, why didn't you kill him? Well, why don't you tell us something? Like, why don't you, wink with your eyes? Then we'd know. He goes, prophets do not wink.
Now, think about this. Muhammad is delivering the revelation. Abdullah's writing it down. Abdullah's writing it down, and Muhammad reveals a passage, and Abdullah praises God. He praises God for it. Muhammad said, oh, yes, that's in there too. And his response was, well, if Muhammad's a prophet, then I'm a prophet too. If Muhammad's a prophet, then I'm a prophet too, because I'm the one who said that. I'm the one who said that part, and Muhammad said, yes, that's revelation.
Exactly.
So if Muhammad's a prophet, then I'm a prophet too, but Abdullah realized I'm not a prophet. Yeah. And if I'm not a prophet, then neither is Muhammad.
Isn't it interesting that because he comes from a pagan background, he doesn't say that Allah's the best creator. The best of creators, implying there are others, and Allah happens to be one of them, even though he's the most supreme. And yet Islam's supposed to be the purest form of monotheism out there.